afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Post TV. I'm Kendall Timms.
And I'm Andrew Bowlby. Thank you for tuning in on this Friday.
Election day was on Tuesday, and some significant issues on the ballot passed. Issue 1 regarding abortion and reproductive rights, and Issue 2 regarding recreational marijuana use have passed. Let's hear what some OU students think about that.
Excited, relieved?
Honestly, I was not surprised. I was kind of expecting it to pass, and I'm glad they both did. I feel like it's good news for quite a lot of people out there, and they're going to be positive impacts from it around Ohio.
For especially on issue 2, it was a good reaction from me. I was very happy that it passed, the legalization of weed and everything here in Ohio. I know a lot of people have wanted to get passed for a while, so I thought it was an overall positive for Ohio, a nice little win for us.
It's just a really great step in the right direction for women across America, and I think that other states are going to take notice and people are going to want to kind of do the same thing, like how Ohio did it with the petitions and then finally bringing it to the voting booths. So yeah, I'm just really excited about it.
Ohio has now become the 24th state to legalize cannabis use for non-medical purposes, and abortions are guaranteed.
Society of Athens Preservations, or better known as SOAP, is one of the many student organizations here on campus. The goal of the org is to preserve and make sure all buildings in Athens keep standing. The members act as investigative journalists and look into why buildings are demolished. They look into the history of the buildings and why they disappear sometimes. One of the current projects that they are looking into is what's going on at the ridges.
We disagree with the university's policy on deferred maintenance, where they decide to give up on a building effectively a few years before they decide to tear it down. This specifically can be seen in Back South, which they have deferred the maintenance on for about 30 years now, and is now in the process of being demolished. This is not good for sustainable architecture, and it really is a detriment to the community as a whole.
Have you ever wondered what it takes to be a fraternity president? Well, reporter Haley Dunn has the details for you from the Phi Delta Theta president.
Here's a look into the responsibilities of the president of a fraternity and what he does to contribute to his role.
For me, I was in marching band and track all of high school, so I always had like a set group of friends. And when I came to college, only 3 people from my hometown also went here, so I was looking for a place to call home, and I met a lot of the guys throughout, and then I met a lot more during rush week, and I just really clicked with all the guys here, and I enjoyed it. Before I was president, I was vice president, and that was in October 2022, or 23. The president at the time stepped down, and the current vice president stepped up, and then I was voted in to replace him. Before that, I was a community service chairman in the spring of 2022, so I started that around February. I also currently serve as the fraternity's chaplain. For me, it was just like a gap in need, because I originally didn't plan on running for president, but the person in my pledge class that did ended up dropping out of the race because of his time commitment. And so the president at the time came to me and was like, hey, you're the only guy that I think could handle this. So I ended up running for it unopposed, and I got it, and it's been a good time so far. While the president takes care of every single external factor, like I take care of things with the university, things with our headquarters, things with just our chapter advisors on campus, along with our alumni. And I feel like that's also something that not a lot of members are aware of, just because they just see me standing at the front of the room at chapter telling them what they're supposed to be doing for the week. But then after that, I have 3 weekly meetings I have to go to with members of the university, my executive board, and just some other random throughout the week stuff that I have to take care of. It involves a very, very long time commitment of like bookkeeping, basically. I have to catalog every single event that the chapter holds, whether it be chapter, a brotherhood event, or a recruitment event, or just a random meeting that we have to have with the executive board, as well as track every member's community service hours, every dollar that we raise for philanthropy, every organization that student members are in, as well as just like transitions, budgets, and a lot of things that just no one knows I do until I have to tell them about it. It just depends on the week. Like weeks like around right now, it's not that time committing, because semester's starting to hit a slump. Everyone's starting to focus more on schoolwork. But towards the beginning of the semester, with like rush week coming up, and then we have homecoming, like depending on that, bigger weeks like that, I would say 20 to 25 hours a week. But then right now, I'm probably sitting around 10.
Thanks, Haley. It definitely takes a lot of responsibility to run an entire Greek life chapter, but it seems like the Phi Delta president has it under control.
Yeah, he definitely does. Another organization on campus is All 9 Lives, and the goal of All 9 Lives is to generate support for the Athens County Humane Society and other businesses that help shelter animals. The group provides a space for cat lovers to connect and promote awareness of cat welfare. They also promote an environment to destigmatize grief around pet loss. All 9 Lives meets bi-weekly on Tuesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. in Porter Hall, room 100.
All Swifties stand up because the Depths of Music podcast is covering 1989 Taylor's version. And I promise you, she did not go out of style.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Nick, and welcome back to the Depths of Music podcast, the one music review show that'll never go out of style. You've read the title, you heard the pun. Today we are taking a look at Taylor Swift's newest Taylor's version re-release covering her 5th studio album, 2014's 1989. And as big of a deal as these re-releases are, I figured that I would need some additional help. So for the first time, we have a full studio on the Depths of Music podcast, which is super exciting.
The latest print edition of the Post is here, and it's jam-packed with some great editorial content from all the sections here at the Post. Starting with news, you can find everything there is to know about our recent election day that we had here in Ohio. You can also read about how bar employees have been adjusting to violation crackdowns regarding underage arrest and bar overcrowding. Our culture staff investigated what students and parking officials had to say about parking citations, and a preview of the upcoming Athens Equitas Health Fall Fest, which will provide gender-affirming services. This week's big project was put together by the Beat staff, where they discussed and shared their appreciation and love for all types of music. Also, check out some great opinion columns in this week's paper. Andrew broke down 3 surprising things from the NHL so far, and Chase wrote about how we're supposed to start learning some good social media etiquette. Be sure to pick up this week's edition of the Post in print. You can check out some great photos through the lens of our photo staff from Election Day this past Tuesday as well.
Good to see you all again. My name is James Zinnbauer. I'm your forecaster for this week, courtesy of Ohio University's Scalia Lab. So if you haven't already noticed, it got a little bit cooler after we got that rain around Thursday morning. That was all due to a low pressure system that has since moved through, bringing a cold front around this morning. Today was very clear, very nice, very warm, but still a little bit chilly for this time of year, which is good. We're going to keep this pattern going for the next few days, even though we get a cold front moving in around Thursday evening into Friday morning. That's going to bring over some clouds Thursday. Friday is looking to be very nice again, sunny. A few clouds in the morning, becoming partly cloudy in the afternoon. Coming into the weekend as well, we're getting temperatures in the mid-50s, which is great. Sunny with only a few clouds here and there, but keeping that pattern going forward into Monday and Tuesday, high pressure starts to build again, as it already has been over the weekend as well. We're getting a lot more calm, a lot more consistent temperatures, which is good, which means our patterns are going to be very, very similar for the next few weeks. So, what does this mean for us? This means that it's going to be very nice, and that you should get out and enjoy this weather again, because for this time of year, for November, it's a little bit unseasonable to have these temperatures so warm. But in any case, get out and enjoy the weather, and I will see you next week. Thank you.
This past weekend, the women's soccer team won its first ever MAC championship, putting them into the NCAA tournament. Our sports staff wrote 4 features about the team and their journey through the end of the season. Tonight they play Michigan State in the first round of the NCAA tournament. The men's basketball team won its season opener against Troy. The Bobcats dominated, winning 88-70. The women's basketball season opener is Saturday at 2 p.m. If you want a full breakdown of the team ahead of the 2023 season, Logan Adams wrote an in-depth piece of what to expect from the Bobcats this season. Lastly in sports, the football team took on Buffalo on Tuesday, winning with a score of 20-10. They take on Central Michigan this upcoming Wednesday at 7 p.m. in Peden Stadium for the final home game of the season. For all things sports, check the postsathens.com sports section. Back to you, Kendall and Andrew.
Thanks, Daniel. Now, Halloween is over, and it's going on mid-November, and so the question we're wondering is it too early to start decorating for Christmas? Well, we took a trip around the newsroom earlier to find out what the Posties think about if it's too early to start celebrating and decorating.
I think that is definitely too early to start decorating for Christmas. You have to wait at least a week after Thanksgiving, in my opinion, so.
Yes, it is way too early to start decorating for Christmas.
Yeah, it's too early. It hasn't been Thanksgiving yet. Yeah.
Yes. Because it hasn't even been Thanksgiving yet, so I think we need to tackle that before we can start doing it for Christmas.
Now that it's after Halloween, I'm going to say no. I don't think it's too early to start decorating or celebrating Christmas, listening to Christmas music, whatever. Before Halloween, yes. After Halloween, no.
No, I don't think it's, or I do. I do think it's too early to start decorating. because I wouldn't start decorating until December because I love celebrating Thanksgiving and eating food.
I think it's too early to celebrate Christmas because Halloween's over and Thanksgiving is coming, but we have to be in the spirit, and Christmas brings joy.
I think that Christmas, like, we should start celebrating Christmas now. Like, I think, like, it's okay because Thanksgiving kind of sucks. Like, every time you're with your family on Thanksgiving, all that gets talked about is, like, angry topics like politics, and, like, Christmas is, like, everyone's happy. Like, you're getting gifts, and, like, you don't think about politics when it's Christmas, so.
I think it is just barely too early. In a couple weeks, we have Thanksgiving, and the day after Thanksgiving, everything's fair game. But let's focus on the pumpkin or the gourds and turkeys and cornucopias. Let's not get into the Christmas stuff yet.
I think it's a little too early. A little too early for Christmas. I actually don't mind all the ads because I get so excited about the idea of snow. But let's enjoy Thanksgiving. Also, I feel like Halloween happens super quick, so I'm still kind of living in that space.
I don't think it's too early at all. In fact, I think it's too late. I started celebrating Christmas October 1st, so as soon as it hit October 1st, Christmas tree came up, and then I have a little countdown to Christmas. That's why I do it October 1st, 99 days. So I don't know how many days we are exactly. I forgot to flip it this morning. I've actually forgot to flip the past week and a half, so I'm at like 65. But it is absolutely not. I'm listening to Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas, so yeah.
So Kendall, now that we've heard their opinions, what's your opinion on this kind of topic?
I am definitely a decorate before Thanksgiving type of girl, although my mom, she says stand by. She doesn't love that idea, but I want to decorate.
Well, last year my mom decorated before I got home from the holidays, and so I didn't get a chance to, so I'm going to tell her to stand by this time and make sure I can do it with them.
She decorated without you.
Without me.
That's awful.
I know.
Okay. Oh. Anxiety is probably the worst thing you can experience after a night out, whether you're worried about what you did the night before or worried about what you have to do that day. Some of our reporters headed out to Court Street to see what our students' anxiety was looking like today.
My experience with anxiety is makes me want to stop drinking.
Sometimes I kind of like it, especially on Sundays. The social battery is really low, so it gives me an excuse to sit inside all day and do a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah. Saturday and Sunday mornings are usually very slow with my anxiety. I just kind of sleep all day, and I tend to eat just in the morning and then literally lay in bed just because I'm so exhausted from the night before.
I think when I first started drinking, I got anxiety for first year or two, but nowadays I don't. I just drink a lot of water before I go to bed.
So once you go out the night before, and then I come back home and I take this thing called Rehydrate, and it, rehydrates, pretty self-explanatory, and this thing called Nighttime Recovery, and then in the morning, I've never been hungover.
No, just if you're starting drinking, just make sure you drink a lot of water, and that you always drink a safe amount. Don't ever drink too much.
Yeah. I drink a lot of water, and I play Wii golf.
Does that help?
Yeah, it does.
What about Wii golf specifically?
Yeah.
My goal is to get -18 through all 18 holes. So I have a goal to work towards, and I just drink water and eat breakfast while I do that. So yeah.
My best cure is probably going outside. As soon as I go outside, I feel so much better. And yeah, usually calling my mom too. Hi Mom, what's up? So yeah.
Pedialyte or Gatorade, and food in your system for sure. But I like to drink mostly Gatorade because it helps a lot and keep hydrated, so water, and then take a shower.
Don't drink too much.
Well, it looks like some of our students are down bad today. Remember to drink those liquid IVs? Cut that anxiety in half.
So last week, me and Kendall were in Atlanta for a College Media Association conference, and we had a lot of fun. Last week on the Post TV, we showed you the beginning part of our trip. Now to this week, we're going to take a look at some of our favorite moments.
It'd be easier since it's for kids.
Here it is. It's chewable. Time to go to lunch.
They were fun.
Elevator. Okay, I'll let you know when we're walking. I got my iced coffee. Andrew, say it.
It's very fall, y'all.
Happy fall, y'all.
Apparently I'm on photo duty.
We out here in the hub eating some chick. Andrew, thoughts? 1 out of 10, rate it.
Honestly, it's very good. And also,
These women, these girl bosses from the Gray Company, freaking love them. Okay. Like, one of the pinnacles of the world was held here, and you think it's boring?
well, it's not being held here now, and it's, I mean,
Look at the beautiful fountains. You're gonna say it's boring?
those are beautiful fountains. That's a sad excuse for a water feature.
Fake. Hey, baby, gorgeous.
I don't like this. I just want my food. I just want my food.
Andrew, stop being mean.
Did I do something that was mean?
You called her ugly.
No, on camera. It was a picture of Madeline.
Oh.
Can't breathe. We made it back to the hotel. Kendall's so tired because apparently we walked too fast, although it was cold, so I think it was worth walking quickly to get back to the
Can't
hotel.
feel my ears.
She's complaining a lot. It's honestly not that bad.
Really good, and we're not there. And
Maybe it's just
we're
us.
the problem.
Honestly, maybe.
We're the problem, guys.
We are.
Andrew, why are you upset?
Am I upset?
Did you didn't get your barbecue sauce?
Oh, I am upset about that, but it's still good. So.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to see those videos again and remember some of the moments that we made in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was a great experience. I learned a lot, met a lot of people, had a great time with a great group of people.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you for tuning into the Post TV this week. I'm Andrew Bowlby.
And I'm Kendall Timms. Be sure to check out our socials at the Post Multimedia on Instagram. Have a great weekend.